Howdy, lieutenants and economists.
The most volatile, evil, disgusting things on the planet, humans. If you have a video request, you can always go to assholeconsulting.com.
Yeah, I am gonna charge you, kids. And that is the importance of not fucking up.
You are such an asshole!
Hello! A young man writes, Dearest Captain, I prefer a video response to try to keep this as brief as possible. Just name your price. I'm a 21-year-old from one of the worst inner cities in America. I'm gonna guess Baltimore. That's gotta be one of the worst. I grew up very poor to a single mother, of course, along with my older brother. I'm currently serving active duty in the military. I've been doing so since I was 17. I recently even achieved the rank of sergeant. Awesome! Needless to say, joining the military is the best decision I've made. Thus far, I would highly recommend for anyone who comes from a situation similar to mine. Now I get into the real reason I'm requesting your services. I am now at a crossroads in life where I need to decide whether to stay in the military or get out and go pursue a Bachelor's of Science in Mechanical Engineering, but here's where I fucked up. I got my ex-girlfriend pregnant and she's decided to keep it. I can do nothing about that. There's no solution, there's only treatment. And I can't do anything about it. She is 1.5 years younger than me, can't support herself, of course, has student loans and various other debts. Why'd you go to college if you can't support it? I bet you as a kid. The smartest and most educated generation ever. A net parasite on society, as you would say. Why did you stick your dick in it? Why? I was quite clear with her throughout the pregnancy that I wanted nothing to do with her. Also tried reasoning with her that we are in no way ready to support a child, but to no avail. No, because she got a government check and she got you. She's got you, dude. She is a parasite. She is a loser. This is how they get you. They're acutely aware of what they're doing. I hate the fact that I'll be contributing to arguably this country's biggest issue, single-parent households. Well, it's what you're going to be doing. The relationship with this girl is literally hell on earth, so getting back with her for the sake of the kid is simply not an option. Okay, it's actually very late in the pregnancy, so the baby will almost certainly be here by the time you read this. I'll be having a little girl, which scares the shit out of me. Honestly, I know that single mothers tend to attract the dregs of society as mates. And if some creepy rapes my daughter, I will undoubtedly be convicted of murder. No. This is where you fucked up once, okay? You don't fuck up twice, right? You let the judicial system take care of that, right? And then there will be some gentlemen in the jail that will beat him up for you, and then you don't end up in jail. You have already heavily handicapped your life for the next 18 years. Probably 25. Do not worry. I know you got to worry. It's just hard to say because it's your daughter. Yeah, if your slut of an ex is going to bring in, she probably will. She'll bring in some guys. I don't think just because they're stepfathers they're going to touch your daughter, but that happens. It's now a higher risk environment. You are not going to do anything to help your situation by killing somebody or by assaulting someone. If that happens, which I hope it doesn't, you go to the cops. That's what you do. You go to the cops, Child Protective Services. I don't mean to sound so cold, but if that happens, your daughter was raped, whether you end in jail or not. So maybe let's just leave it at your daughter was raped and you don't end up in jail. Okay? You're not put away for 40 to 50 years. This is my current dilemma. In my current MOS, I work as a logistics specialist, and I can't fucking stand it. I know all jobs suck, but I feel as though I was destined for more. My job is soul-sucking, mind-numbing, boring, unfulfilling, and somebody's always up my ass or wants me to drop everything I'm doing to handle their problem. I even get always up my ass. Oh, I even get ridiculed for it at times due to it being a support role rather than something skilled or combat-related, but needless to say, I'd rather get out and go to school for engineering. I also feel as though I'm smarter than most people giving me orders. Well, it doesn't matter. All jobs suck. You're learning it now. You're learning it. And here's one. I've never been in the military, but I learned this working. Doesn't matter what you do. Doesn't matter if you're fully challenged. Doesn't matter if you're doing what you said you were going to be doing. It is the time you're never going to get back. You have a job. Your job is to give them your time. If they want you to make paper airplanes, you go make paper airplanes. They want you to to shoot fleas with an M60 machine gun. You go shoot fleas with an M. That sounds actually kind of fun. But it doesn't matter what you want to do. You're there, you're a sergeant, you got these people who are your commanding officers, you just do what you say in the military, and you don't quit. You do yourself more damage worrying about it when every job is going to suck, every one of them. So you can find one that sucks slightly less, but all jobs suck, all of them. Before I found your channel, I would have never thought I was capable of doing more than just BS clerical work, and I averaged less than 2.0 in high school and honestly thought I was a little slow. I took the Queendom IQ test you suggested and scored a 127. Exactly. There's almost an inverse relationship between actual IQ and GPA because smart people can't do school. School is about compliance. It is not about performance. So I have the capacity now, I have something to do with it. Option 1, like I stated before, I'd like to pursue a mechanical engineering degree, but would be impossible to earn a rigorous hands-on degree like that while serving active duty. So I figure I could take as many online courses as possible now, finish up as a civilian when my contract expires. Option 2, I would change degree paths, and so for computer science or software engineering, knock out 4 semesters online and drop a green to gold packet, which I've done some research on. They say I'd have to get a waiver because I'd have a kid out of wedlock by that time, which shocked me quite honestly. Well, we want the best. I mean, you shot yourself in the foot, dude. You got everything going. You have everything. A 127 IQ. You came out of the fucking dregs of society. You're in the military. You're in shape. You made sergeant. And now, so they got every right. I still think you should aim for officer. I like the idea of you switching to something that you could do online. This is my most preferred route aside from the fact that I'd have a degree in computer science, not mechanical engineering, which is what I'd rather specialize in. I'd like to do 20 years, retire at 37, and live like Aaron Clary. Well, Aaron Clary don't got no kid. You could still pull it off. Your kid will be done by that time, and by the time you get out of the military. Option 3, I could go as a warrant officer route and become a pilot, which requires no college. I could even pass on my GI Bill to my daughter as long as she doesn't major in something stupid. I wouldn't, no. I hate to tell you this, unless you got control of that kid, your wife is going to fuck that kid up. Your daughter is not going to go become an engineer or anything. I mean, maybe you can have some influence, maybe you could control her, but if you're in the military and your wife has possession, which maybe won't, maybe she won't. Let's wait for you to get to that bridge. Let's see how your daughter turns out in another 18 years. I think all are solid options, but the fact that I'll be having a daughter soon makes all this hard work in front of me infinitely harder. A part of me wants to get out and go to school full-time as well as work full-time, how you did. I know that level of discipline and hard work would truly galvanize me into a worthwhile human being. You're a worthwhile human being now. The military is not some little fucking schleppity-poo that you just waltz through. You went through basic, you're currently working there now. At any point in time, you say, hey, go charge that hill, and oh, by the way, you might get shot. So you have it. I don't think you have to prove yourself anymore. But at the same time, retiring at 37 sounds so enticing. I only have $6,000 saved up due to the fact that my previous relationship with my child's mother completely bankrupted me. So much so that I had to go into the negative to break my apartment lease. A truly horrible experience, but I know I'm a better man because I will never allow myself to be put in such a situation again. However, 2.5 years remaining on my current contract in the military using projections with child support factored in. I'll roughly have at least 30 grand saved up by that time if I keep the savings rate I am at now. I'd just like to have your take on things or which option sounds best considering my situation. If any additional information is needed, let me know. I won't mention your name. Anytime we can find out overwhelmed. You did join before the blended retirement. Okay, so you do qualify for the commission. You'd like to serve you 20 years. You can't do OCS. You got to do green to gold. All right, here's what I'm going to recommend. I think here's if you put in your 20, you got a lot of time in the world to inevitably earn your mechanical engineering degree. I don't think being in the military necessarily prohibits you from getting your mechanical engineering degree. Yes, it might be amortized and spread out over the next, 16 years? But that's fine. You're working full-time in the military now. I think you should be able to find enough educational programs the local American college, depending on where you're based and all that other stuff and online, you should be able to get the lion's share of a mechanical engineering degree while you're still in the military. So I don't think you need to drop out. The other thing is, if you want to do your 20, then it really doesn't matter if you're a mechanical engineer or not. Now, ideally, you would get that degree so you could then become an officer. And then that brings about the concept of accelerating your education, maybe switching to computer science. But I would try to figure out if there's a way to get your mechanical engineering degree. So go online, you look at Western Governors, you look at ASU, see if there's some programs that the military has. I understand the mechanical, hands-on nature of a mechanical engineering degree. Maybe if you're based and there's the local college nearby, hopefully they got a mechanical engineering program. But if your goal is to stay there for 20 years, then you don't need your mechanical engineering degree now, you need it then. But if you want to become an officer, then you're going to need a degree. So a good plan B would be to do the computer science route. Again, it'll be another 16 years before you actually need it. You're going to need it more to become an officer than you are an actual career. And then the problem with that is, if you get it now, it's going to be outdated by the time you get out of the military. Unless also your MOS is going to be something related to computer science. I would talk to your boss and see what they have, what resources they have. I kind of, because you like it too, ideally you go the mechanical engineering route, if you can do it. Again, depending on where you're based and what educational opportunities exist through the company, or through your military there. At the computer science program, you could do that, but that would solely be for you to get into the military, or to become an officer. You would have to basically retrain up 16 years from now once you got out of the military and had your 30 in. I'm sorry, your 20 in. It'd almost be like, I just would try and focus on a mechanical engineering degree. So hopefully in the best outcome, there's a way you could get a mechanical engineering degree soon and quick so that you could be promoted to lieutenant. And then mechanical engineering doesn't change all that much. It's not as outdated as computer science. Hopefully you work something related in the field. And then right before you retire, you go and you put a couple refresher courses on your resume, you get updated, and then you can go ahead and start working as a mechanical engineer. Yeah, that's what I would do. And then I know you have your 2.5s remain on your contract. Here's another thing. I would use the military as a means to shield yourself from your ex. Your station, you go where the military tells you to. And this is where we'll probably have a disagreement. You probably love your daughter even though she's not born yet. But a lot of times, I think these gals, when you say, I did not want to have a child, and they bring one to free, like, I can actually see where you become an absentee father. I know that a lot of people don't like deadbeat dads, but you explicitly told your ex this. He's still stuck dicking crazy, so you're to blame. And in a weird sense, here's how cynical I am. I think when you have a psycho ex like that, who's the mother or father, the kid's going to come out screwed up no matter what. And you're still in the military, so I think she's going to get possession. I'm no divorce attorney or anything. In other words, that kid's going to be screwed up no matter what. So unless you get like total control and you're like the greatest father ever, and I've seen that happen. I've seen fathers do that. What I have seen is that you're just not going to win. You're going to spend so much labor and calories of energy and resources fighting your ex that it's like, fine, keep the kid. And then what I see is girls and young boys, particularly girls, they get older and all of a sudden, and then they start listening to their dad. The kids start listening to their father as they get older, because, and moms will do it if your ex is that crazy, and I've seen it, bipolar, everything else. The kids will pick up on it immediately that mom's crazy, mom's psycho. And so you just being a good, caring father, however removed you might be, and being a stable environment like, hey, how you doing, love, and not being crazy, I think you will win in the end. Being in the military, I might be shipped out here, I might be shipped out there, I re-upped, you have free food, clothing, and shelter, you got insurance, you got tuition, you're not going to find that good of a deal. Even if you dropped out, but after your contract is up and then you got your GI Bill and you became a mechanical engineer, I would almost use the military as a cushion and a buffer against the craziness that's going to be coming from your ex. I would probably also talk to Terrence Pop. I would see what he recommends, because he's ex-military. I think he finally retired, and he had a similar situation to what you did, somewhat similar. In other words, military guy, military man. He did his 20, and his wife took him for everything and blah, blah, blah. So that might be a guy you want to go follow up with as well. As far as I could tell, though, I like your first two ideas. Your plan A and your plan B, see if you can get yourself a mechanical engineering degree. Plan B, get yourself a computer science degree and do it from the comforts of being in the military and having them pay for it. Green to gold, I like that. See if you can become an officer. They'll keep you updated. Even if you don't make officer, and I know it sucks, dude. I know, but being in the real world sucks even more. It just, unless you're getting shot, I can see where that would kind of suck, being in war. But it's this way all over. Yes. I'm with an IQ 126. I'm pretty sure your COs might not be as smart as you. Doesn't matter, they're your COs. Doesn't matter what you do or how boring the job is. You just got to get it done. That's it. And if you think the grass is greener on the other side, it is not. It is not. At least the military has a logic about it. I know a lot of military guys would say, "Oh, you don't know." And I was like, "Yeah, I know, but imagine emotion and feelings in the civilian sector. At least the military, you're supposed to be these cold-hearted killers and you're supposed to follow orders. You get into civilian world and it's just, the pussy factor goes up by 3. It's just not that fun." All right, that's it. Wish I had more concrete answers for you. If you guys have questions, you want to see Captain Flail about trying to solve a problem that just can't be solved, go to assholeconsulting.com. As long as you got money, I got answers to your questions. We'll see you guys all later. Toodles.